Drewwzzyy back here again with another YouTube video. What's going on, you guys? How are you doing today? I'm just gonna be doing a little get to know me type thing. I feel like it's been a while since, I don't know if I've ever done one of these, but I feel like it'd be interesting to see, because I do podcasts where you guys get to see a little bit of how I am, and now hopefully you get to see a little bit more about me and how I think. Hope you guys stay tuned for this video, and let's get it. Let's just start off with this one. What's something people assume about me but are completely wrong about? That I mean, because I really feel like I may have a very serious face and I'm very nonchalant, but I'm really not mean. I feel like once we start having a conversation, you'll see I'm not mean. Like, I'm very inclusive and include people and friendly, I'd say. These are harder poking the brain questions. It says, do you think people can really change? Yes and no. I would say I feel like people's habits can change. I don't know if the person themselves can. And I say this because I've been in the situation where I've gotten back in contact with somebody that we fell off for whatever reason, good or bad, and you stay stuck with what you remember of them, and you find out very quickly that it's the same thing as what it was 5-10 years ago, or even less than that. And as much as somebody tells you that they change, they continue to do the same shit. And this goes for me platonically or romantically. I feel like platonically, there's definitely been a couple of friendships I can think of that you really just want them to fit the idea in your head, and in reality, they can't live up to that. And even, like I said, they could say I changed, and you really tend to see the same thing that caused the fallout again. With relationships, it's kind of the same. I feel like I used to believe a lot in wrong time, right person, or right person, wrong time, whatever. But eventually the patterns that the person showed earlier tend to come back. So I really do believe that's, I don't know. And I say, yes, they can change, because I think habits in a person can change. Maybe their mentality can change a little bit, but I don't think the whole person changes in the sense, because, like I said, those habits come back around. And the reason I say yes is also because I feel like I've changed in certain aspects, but I also know that there's certain habits that I still haven't grown out of. I think it just takes a person to be aware. And as long as you're trying to change, that's what matters. What's something you're still trying to figure out in life? Everything. I feel like being 23 was... Actually, 22 and 23 were very hard years for me. And I just didn't live it the way I felt like I needed to. 21 was hard because I was recovering from surgery. 22, my divorce, and then 23, I feel like I'm just barely about to close that chapter of healing from that. I guess I'm trying to figure myself out a lot more. I feel like I want to get to know the person that I am again, because a part of me did disappear for a long time, and I feel like I'm getting there. Trying to find my purpose and my path, I think, and trying to remember that I'm still 23, and although a lot of people have it together right now, a lot of people don't as well. Are you where you thought you'd be 5 years ago? No. I thought I'd be managing something in retail 5 years ago, like a realistic goal. I did think I'd be done with school and probably working in the industry, which is film, the industry I want to be in. And that's not the case. I think my life is in a very different path, and it still kind of trips me out, because Although I try to steer away from like blue collar work, I feel like I'm going back to it now. So I hope that the reason I'm going back to it is for a bigger purpose other than to just make money. I hope I do get a good experience out of it and eventually can go back to school and just really commit to my craft because I feel like it's the only thing that kind of makes sense to me in my life out of everything. How do I deal with hate or criticism? I feel like for me, I deal with hate and criticism better now than I used to. I realize now that like I just have to do what makes me happy, and if I enjoy making it and putting it together, I'm gonna do it. I really don't care what people have to say at this point, and it's just kind of a extra backbone that I've grown throughout everything. Because after having stories spun about you for so long, just like personally, not even like on social media, it made me definitely stronger in a sense where I could hear probably anything and it wouldn't really affect me. People like to toss things up in the air, spin them around, and decorate them a different way, and there's no reason why that should define me. At the end of the day, that defines your version of me and not me. And that's just kind of what it is. I mean, to each their own. I never sit here and start bashing on somebody. I will only tell you what happened, and my story could be different from yours, but that's because we all have different points of view. You only have one life, and why are you gonna spend it angry and hating on someone, putting somebody down? Like, it doesn't do anything for you. I'm speaking to whoever is like currently in that mindset, but yeah, I mean, to anyone else who deals with hate and criticism in general, I feel like you eventually will learn how to deal with it in a better way. Okay, I feel like we're warmed up enough. I'll start. This is just sparkling water, raspberry lime from Trader Joe's. Cheers. What's something you pretend doesn't bother you but really does? This is a very quick answer, and it's because it's been happening so much lately. But literally, I always act like people not even canceling plans, because if you cancel and you let me know prior to the time of when we're supposed to get together. No, I thought of two. Okay. Yeah, if you let me know prior to us getting together, like, oh, hey, I can't make it. Hey, I can't make it for whatever reason, doesn't even matter. I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Like, then I'll plan something else, or, just chill. But when people know that we have a time set up and everything is already arranged and you can't fall through and say, hey, I can't fall through today, like, that irritates the fuck out of me, and I won't say anything 90% of the time, but it irritates me so bad. Another one would have to be, I had it in my head. Oh, when people start adding other people to your plans, I really get pissed about it, because it's like, this is an A and B conversation, now you're adding C, D, E, and F. Like, that's crazy. But I usually tend to go with the flow on those things, because you never know what relationship you could make out of there. But it's not my favorite. It says, who have you hurt that you never apologized to? And I genuinely feel like every person I hurt or have bothered, I've apologized to. And I can say that completely. Even recently. Like, I feel like I literally apologize for everything. Whether you accept my apology or not is a different conversation. What's a flaw I know I have but haven't fixed? I'm working on it, definitely more than I used to, but telling everyone everything. Like, I learned after this last situationship, I'm keeping shit to myself. I'll talk to you guys about it, but in a general sense, I'm done. Like, are you chasing your dreams or just what looks good to others? And I want to get into this because I recently, probably like last month or 2 months ago, realized, I think it was 2 months ago, I realized that I was chasing a dream that a partner wanted me to fill for them. I realized I was chasing this construction dream for somebody else, although on paper it's such a good goal to have and something that I can definitely do. I think I have it in my back pocket at this point. Like I said, now that I'm starting with this new company, I really feel like it's my opportunity to see how good I can be and get at something. I got drunk with my cousins one day and she asked me like, what's your 5-year plan or 10-year plan? And I answered so structurally, and I feel like I could be a boss one day, you know? Like when it comes to having a construction company, having a plumbing company, whatever it is, being in the trades, I feel like I can definitely do it. And I am, and not to be cocky, but I feel like I am a leader for the most part. That's definitely like an achievable goal. But me personally, a dream I still want to chase is like either being, I mean, I do like making content. If it were up to me, I would make content on my own and like have that be my job. But you know, it's not an out of reach dream, but it's gonna take work, and I feel like those are the two dreams that I'm trying to feed right now. I realize I don't know if I necessarily want to fully make a movie and be a filmmaker, because there's so much that goes into it that I kind of underestimated. But maybe one day. I feel like those are two ones that I have for sure. I'm trying to juggle. Go to the next question. I'm almost done here. What's the loneliest you've ever felt? I feel like, maybe this year. I feel like this year's my loner year. Last year was more like my pachanga, like friend group year. I think this year's my lonely year, but it's not. Now it's not lonely in a bad way. I feel like I just enjoy my company a lot more than I used to. Back in like 2022, I was very good at being alone, and then obviously I got into a relationship, and it kind of altered my brain chemistry of having to be with somebody most of the time. Now, not as much, but I will say, I feel like I've felt lonely this year, and there was a low point that I had a couple months ago or last month, where it was just like, fuck, man, like nobody gives a fuck, nobody's there. When I need somebody, nobody's there, and I'm there for everybody. But I feel like right now I'm okay knowing that I got me. Like, you don't need people. You really don't. Like, it's if you want them there. But just be appreciative of the people who you do know you can call. Am I the problem? Yeah, like I said, I feel like I can be sometimes. There's things that I carry from my trauma, and I think it just sometimes takes the right person to want to put up with things and deal with things, because none of us are perfect, and I deal with a lot personally. Like, whenever I do genuinely care and love somebody, and I don't give up on people, that I wish somebody would do that for me, because I'm just very forgiving and understanding. Yeah, I don't know, I can be the problem, but I work on my things, and I apologize. Like, I'm not a prideful person. If I mess up in anything, I always apologize. I try and change, but change doesn't happen overnight. So I do try. I always try to put my all into things that I do.